NNC News, I'm Woodrow Sharpenheimer.
And I'm Dorothy Elliott.
And today, the Great War.
Born a natural loser.
Spies, disease, and a teacher who just happened to persuade his whole class into joining it.
But first, does war really bring out the worst in people? Stay tuned. Yeah! Oh my gosh, sorry for our intern.
He has shell shock.
Excuse me. Disease. In the Great War, soldiers reportedly having large man-eating rats stuck in their trenches, which reportedly spread disease through biting. Now here's some footage of these lard rats now. Ooh, look how big that is. God, I don't know what...
Spies everywhere, and do they know everything? According to some, in the trenches, they are getting bombardments from things that they have only discussed. Does this mean spies are in their group? And here, we have some footage.
And certainly not least here on NNC News today, soldiers being reportedly forced to join the army by their school teacher with the name of Cantorek. Now, unfortunately, many of these soldiers have been killed in the war, and it's all blamed on their schoolmaster. We have an interview with him coming up after this break.
Hi, Mary Kleimenhauser here, and today with us we have former schoolmaster Cantorek. How are you doing today, Cantorek?
I am doing very good right now.
So, Cantorek, what kind of people do you most admire?
Me, myself, and I.
So, what's your overall outlook on life?
To make everyone go to war and make them sacrifice their life!
What are your most impressive talents?
Very persuasive about getting people to sacrifice their lives.
What's the worst thing that you've ever done to someone?
I feel a little bit distraught about forcing someone to go into war while they ended up dying. What was his name? What was his name?
Bem.
Bem?
Yeah,
Bem Wiesel? Bem. Okay,
Yeah.
Bem was his name.
Joseph
yes,
Bem.
I feel Bem. I feel bad about Bem joining the war, and he ended up dying.
So, what's the greatest gift a person could possibly give to you?
Yeah, so I could see myself 24/7. I love myself very much so.
Something that cheers you up the most.
Enjoy making my students go to war and fight.
One thing and succeed at it. What would it be?
A commander.
Lastly, thank you so much for participating in this interview. How do you think your boys are doing in the war?
Doing very swell and great. Don't forget his what? Yeah, very, very swell.
Hi, Sandra Wilson here, journalist. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about what brings out the worst in people. And let me tell you, war. War brings out the worst in people. The remains of soldiers continue to smother the floor like the Red Sea, though I'm afraid the sea is not of water, but of blood. The chopped off limbs and organs of human beings that are not always used as a healing method, rather a consumption for the satisfaction of human betrayers. The paralyzed fighters who have to keep their heads up even when they are being shot down by the mighty poisonous gas that sneaks into their soul like a snake would for its prey. And not to mention the many years after the war where soldiers will have to spend the rest of their lives facing war neurosis, psychological and emotional distress. It's not like they'll remember being kicked, tossed, and beaten by their cocky superiors like Corporal Himmelstotz did, except for the fact that they will. They will remember that, and every single precise detail of it. Yes, physically, war brings out the worst in people. But what about internally? Mentally. The idea of war bringing out the worst in people is highly expressed in a novel that I read a while ago called All Quiet on the Western Front by Eric Maria Remarque. In this novel, we learn of the main character Paul, who he himself has experienced this theme of war bringing out the worst in people. For example, one of his former friends named Kemerick had died, and when he went to go talk to Kemerick's mom about her own son's death, he wasn't quite humane about it. In that he was he sees people dying every day right in front of him. He's killed a man with his own bare hands, so excuse him if he doesn't feel so harshly about one single individual dying. As a result, I tell you, war definitely does bring out the worst in people. It is a disgusting competition of human instinct fought by the wrong people. It brings out the worst in everyone, and it destroys their compassion, honesty, and ideals. War makes them kill whoever, whenever, and dehumanizes them to their full extent.
But be like crying.
Are we recording?
Jordan.
Yeah.
4 people added me on Snapchat?
It's camp. It's camp.
No, that's too much.
Wait, why are you recording
It's
this?
too much.
Cause. No, that's not too much.
Good luck, Charlie. Ow!
I'm sorry. I don't know how to say it.
Naruto!
Hate it.
Hey, you have to part your hair like and show